Hey there, Cobra Kai fans. Welcome back. Have you binged through both seasons of Cobra Kai on Netflix yet? Well, so have we. And there's so much to talk about regarding this complex, intense show that's got viewers totally hooked. And even though we have to wait until 2021 for Season 3, there's no reason why we can't unpack both what has happened and what we think may happen next. And what better character to discuss than one that seems truly evil? Yes, friends, today we're going to be talking about Kreese. We keep waiting for him to have a change of heart, but it doesn't quite seem to be on its way. However, we can't deny that he's a broken man inside who has been through a lot, and that his motivation comes from a place of sadness above all else. We also know, however, that he can be a very loyal friend, and that he and Terry Silver are buddy-buddy, but more on that later. We're going to be talking about all things Kreese, who he was in the original Karate Kid franchise, how he's evolved in Cobra Kai, and his relationship with Terry Silver, including a theory regarding the two that stems from Season 2. As usual, friends, we've included a ton of info and speculation here, so if you're not all caught up on Cobra Kai, beware of spoilers. Now, let's get to it. Let's take it all the way back to Kreese as we saw him first. So, as we know, Kreese runs the Cobra Kai dojo and urges his students to show no mercy in their practice of karate. We're first introduced to him in the original Karate Kid. His most prized student, Johnny Lawrence, has a rivalry with Miyagi's student, Daniel LaRusso. And the two are constantly getting into it. Well, viewers are pretty much rooting for Daniel since it's clear that Kreese is okay with his students harassing others. Well, friends, as we know, Daniel LaRusso ends up beating Johnny Lawrence at the All-Valley Championship tournament, even after Kreese plays dirty, getting one of his own students disqualified in the process of trying to hurt Daniel so that he can't compete. However, Daniel still wins. Kreese is all about trying to win, even if it means being super mean to his own students. Like we see in Karate Kid 2 when Kreese goes in on Johnny for not winning and is eventually humiliated and proven wrong by Mr. Miyagi. Friends, we continue to follow Kreese in Karate Kid 3 and see a pretty vulnerable side of him. Since he's broke and sad and all his students have pretty much turned their backs on him, considering he showcased what a vapid teacher and person he is through his behavior not only leading up to the tournament but also afterwards. Enter Terry Silver, his old war comrade and shady billionaire who doesn't even care a little bit about the environment. However, the two have a beautiful friendship dating back to the days they saw some heinous things while in combat together, and Kreese actually saved Terry Silver's life. Upon hearing that Kreese was struggling after the All-Valley tournament, he swoops in to return the favor to his dear old friend. Well, the two hatch up a plan to get back at Mr. Miyagi and Daniel and re-establish Kreese's place at Cobra Kai. Silver sends Kreese on a vacation to Tahiti and agrees to help Cobra Kai stay running. He actually buys the dojo. Well, Silver then manipulates Daniel, and under the guise of training him, actually molds him in a way that will make him lose to Kreese and Silver's real contender, Mike Barnes. But we have a happy ending, and not only does Mr. Miyagi save the day once again, but Cobra Kai is assumed to be pretty much finished for good at the end of Karate Kid 3, since Kreese and Silver clearly chose to play dirty time and time again. So the series Cobra Kai takes place decades later, and Kreese is still his cold, hard self. Johnny now runs the dojo and actually implements mercy into his teachings, something that Kreese says he'll very soon regret. And yes, he actually does come to regret teaching mercy when Miguel gets severely hurt in the process. Abiding by his stealthy ways, Kreese takes control of Cobra Kai behind Johnny's back and officially takes ownership of the keys and the dojo. Now, moving into Season 3, we're wondering, is Terry Silver returning to the scene? Are the two going to hatch up another plan now that Kreese is actually getting what he wants for once? If you have any speculation or theories, definitely let us know in the comments. Well, we have multiple theories about the return of Terry Silver, which you can totally check out in our other video, where we theorize that Cobra Kai student Tori is actually Terry Silver's daughter. and that we will probably be seeing the billionaire factored into the next season in that role. But here's another reason why we think Terry Silver might actually be returning. Well, in Season 2, Episode 4 of Cobra Kai, Kreese says something that makes us think that Terry Silver is on his way back to our screens. It takes place when he and Johnny are having a heart-to-heart after Johnny discovers that Kreese is in fact living in the shelter, living a very subpar life. Kreese opens up to Johnny and says, "One of my war buddies, he offered me a job, but I felt like it was a handout." He looks extremely pained as he says this, almost like it's dredging up some very embarrassing or shameful memories. Now, friends, knowing what we know about his friendship with Terry Silver, and the fact that Silver is definitely in a position to offer Kreese a job, we most definitely think he's talking about Terry Silver. Johnny also refers to the trip to Tahiti and asks about that, which we also know was sponsored by Silver in Karate Kid 3. So it doesn't really get much more specific than that. Viewers and fans have been speculating about why Terry Silver and Kreese aren't quite as close as they used to be. Maybe Kreese couldn't continue to live with the shame that his friend felt like he needed to provide him with a handout, or maybe he had a change of heart about the manner in which Terry conducts his business, and he couldn't handle the toxicity of Terry's business just to make money. However, Cobra Kai is Kreese's #1 motivating factor, and the fact that he's lost it a couple times means that he's not willing to lose it again. This also means that the reason they fell out would have to be really, really huge, since Kreese would rather live in a shelter than go back to his friendship with Silver. We're thinking the job he did was so terrible that his conscience couldn't handle it. Maybe someone died in the process and we don't know about it? Like we said, Kreese may have evil tendencies, but he's pretty broken on the inside. And maybe his conscience peeked through and had to put an end to his work with Silver. Or maybe his pride made him not only reject the offer from Silver, but actually made him distance himself completely, and the two haven't spoken since. Well, regardless, we're pretty sure Silver will be returning in Season 3, or at least we hope that's the case. Even if Silver isn't returning, hopefully we receive more of a backstory on his character. Maybe even dating back to the war, more on their friendship, and what actually happened that made him and Kreese fall out over the last few years. And hopefully it will clear up why Kreese looks so pained while talking about his old friend from the war. Regardless, Kreese now has ownership of Cobra Kai, so we're definitely going to be seeing him starting the next season feeling like he's on top of the world. And we imagine that this is going to make the rifts between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do run even deeper, since everything seems to be an absolute mess at the end of Season 2. Season 3 definitely can't get here fast enough. Alright, Cobra Kai fans, there you have it. Do you have your own theory about Kreese and Silver and what Cobra Kai is going to be like in Season 3? Leave us a comment below. As usual, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell as we bring you more juicy info, gossip, and speculation about the shows and stars you know and love. Until next time!